In 2021, Travis Hunter was the #1 recruit by certain services as a high school football player. He had just won a state championship for College Hill High School in Sewanee, Georgia, and was about to commit to Florida State. But there was one problem. He only could play one position. They were flirting, saying he might play cornerback, he might play wide receiver, but he wanted to play both. But going to Florida State, it probably wasn't going to happen. He was going to either be a cornerback, most likely, or a wide receiver. But then something changed.
Florida State, but this one look real good too, but that ain't my choice. This one look real good too, but I'm gonna say that for later. I like this one. It fit me well, but that ain't who I want to go. Florida State always been on my mind. But check me out, Mom. Throw me that hat.
Travis Hunter shocked the entire country by switching to an HBCU. Still today, he's the highest recruit to come out of high school to attend an HBCU. But it was on one condition, that he would have the opportunity to play cornerback and wide receiver. Now, Deion Sanders, as you know, is an African-American coach from Travis's home state of Florida, but this was an opportunity, not only to play immediately, but to play both positions immediately. An opportunity that Travis Hunter got from a black man. Fast forward! Just a few years later, Travis Hunter has won the Heisman Trophy, and then he's the second pick of the overall 2025 draft. Not only that, he has the highest selling rookie jersey in the NFL. But how did that happen? Rewind! Travis Hunter came from a broken environment. His father was not really in his life like he should have been. He was in and out of jail. Travis Hunter had every reason not to trust black men. He didn't really trust Deion at first. Look at all the hurt and pain that he received. But he did it anyway, and we all see how it worked out for him. But the question is, why do black men have a hard time trusting other black men?
In my honest opinion, the downfall of black men is other black men. We can never get along, and we always against each other. Everybody else work together. Why the hell can't we work together?
As this creator has said, black men are typically known for being each other's downfall. We don't really have a lot of trust with each other, even when we have the position to open the door to something greater. If you would agree, Deion Sanders, being a black man, opened the door to Travis Hunter, even at HBCU and later the University of Colorado, than anybody could have done. He gave him a better opportunity. Yet as black men, we never look at each other as a greater opportunity. Even though we have the capacity to open the doors to something greater. We may not be able to pay you right now in some capacity, but we do have an opportunity that could pay you more in the future. We could all see that Travis Hunter's gamble was well worth the risk sticking with Deion than going to Florida State. But why is this the case in the first place?
Not having that father figure impacted me in ways I didn't even consider. That feeling of abandonment definitely made me hesitant to form relationships with people as a child and also as an adult, because when you are abandoned by a parent, or at least you feel as though you're abandoned by a parent, it sort of gives you that idea that, hey, well, why bother forming a relationship because the person is just going to abandon you anyway? I mean, your own father abandoned you. Somebody was supposed to be there to support you and lead you. Even he abandoned you. And I realized that, maybe it did have an impact on my self-esteem, because it's got to affect a kid knowing that, even your own father doesn't even want to have anything to do with you.
I want to give a shout out to the brother Dimcad. This is probably one of the best videos I've ever seen on the subject. He said something that was very interesting, that he came from a single parent home and it was hard for him to trust other people. He had this issue as an adult. And one of the reasons that he believes is the case is because his father, at least told to him by his mother, abandoned him. So if my father didn't care about me, then, well, why would anybody else care about me? And because of that abandonment, I don't trust anybody. And this has to be the case when it comes to black men. Many of our fathers may or may not be around because of, the mom saying it or lying about it, or the father just making the option to not be in your life, or the father can't be in your life because the mother is stopping that process. Many of us as black men, we carry that onto our lives and our future relationships. My parents were divorced and they were together long enough, and my grandparents were in my life, so it didn't affect me, but I've seen how it affected so many black men, and we miss so many opportunities. And the reason why is because we simply don't trust each other, even when we have opportunities. Here's another thing that's interesting.
You don't see Chinese people electing presidents at 80. The eldership is for the wisdom and the training and the nurture, not for black people. Our elders are out front. You mean to tell me you're the only person who can do that? You can't find nobody else younger? We still need our elders. They're the mind. They're the wisdom. But you need the youth because they are the charisma. They are the organizers. They attract the energy. An elder can't do that. But because black men are so castrated in American society, we're not given an opportunity to manifest our manhood the way everyone else is. A white man could brag about his stock. Chinese man could brag about his businesses. The Italian could brag about everything he owns. What do we have to brag about? We ain't allowed to get stock. We ain't allowed to own businesses. We ain't allowed to get our doctorate degrees the way that we want. We ain't allowed that. So whenever we get an opportunity to be a man, to be a president, to be an organizational leader, to be a pastor, I'm never giving this up because I've been waiting my whole life for this job and I like it.
Umar said something pretty interesting. Because we don't have enough opportunities as black men, when we do get opportunities, we tend to want to stick in those opportunities for a long time and not leave power. If you look at, let's say, some of the white coaches or white people or things like that, when they get old, typically they have no problem with passing on the torch. But if you can look at certain blacks or even certain black pastors, if you look at African leaders, you talk about Robert Mugabe, you could talk about other ones, they tend to stay in power longer than what they're supposed to because it's an opportunity that they had to either take or fight for, and they don't want to give it up. But I want to challenge that thought process today, because what I believe is that black men can open the door for you more than maybe even white men. And the reason why is, number one, they understand you and your talent ability. And number two, they understand the community, which is untapped, and it's an untapped resource. I'd like to give an example to Kevin Samuels. When I met Kevin Samuels in 2017, his name was like Kevin Samuels Fashion Designer or Fashion and Fragrances or something like that. He had maybe no more than 9,000 followers. He used to come to my live stream on the O'Shea Vlogcast channel, and I gave Kevin Samuels his first interview in the Black Manosphere space. I had no idea who he was going to be or what he would become, but we can all say now that Kevin Samuels became something greater than all of the content creators he dealt with, including myself. But what Kevin Samuels did for me and my career is amazing. I could have never done it for myself in the way that he did it. He exposed me to a new audience and to new friends that I've met, even in Africa, that people know me because of Kevin Samuels. And financially, I did the best in the years prior to when he passed away. Not necessarily because he was giving me money, but because he recommended me, and he made this YouTube thing for me a lot easier. That's what happens when you can help a black man up and he can come back and help you. And that is what happens when you invest in other black men. They give you an opportunity that other people won't give you, because they typically can respect you as an owner, as a person in the business, and things like that. This is a very important thing that we must note and must look out for. But when it comes to us as black men, because we have a lack of trust, we can never open the door for brothers like Travis Hunter, who may come and very well pay it back. And some black men don't, but many black men do. And we miss a lot of financial opportunities, a lot of ownership opportunities. Look at Travis Hunter. He's a millionaire before he comes into the league. I mean, he was a millionaire in college. That's because of the risk he took. I mean, dealing with Dion got him more publicity. It got people talking about him. It got his name out there in 3 years that he would have never gotten if he was in Florida State, just basically being a defensive back or a wide receiver. He would have been a high draft pick, but nobody would know his name like they know him now. And now he's a superstar in the NFL because a black man gave him a chance to be able to do what? Play both sides of the ball. And that's what he's doing now. play both sides of the ball. You got to understand that the black man could be the opportunity that the white man sees, which is talent for you. A white guy or a white team or somebody else wouldn't do it, but once the black man gives you the opportunity to prove yourself, then all of a sudden everybody has to accept it at that point because you've already proven that you can do the job. How many times have we seen competent black men who never got an opportunity on a large scale to do something, they sort and gotten stuck in what they're doing, right? We all been there, and we've seen a lot of black male talent die. But that lack of trust is something that we have to get over. I have to be honest, guys. If it wasn't for you or brothers like you who've supported me over the years, I would not have been able to do what I'm doing. And I've been able to stay in this sector for about a decade, talking to black men about black men's issues or entertainment. And that is because I see the light. Black men can work together. I've seen it, I experienced it, but we got to get over the fact that, hey, I can't trust you because of my own previous existence, or I can't trust you because of my pain. We're going to have to get over that. If we can get over that, we can build businesses and we can build communities just like everybody else. And we would have a really good opportunity to do it because no one is doing it. There's so much opportunity in the black world. I don't care if it's in Africa. I don't care if it's in America. As long as we can get over that trust issue and that ego, we can do a numerous amount of things that can create a lot of wealth and a lot of partnerships and a lot of happiness for all sides included. But we got to understand that we are each other's opportunity. The same way that Travis Hunter looked at Deion Sanders as an opportunity. The same way that Deion Sanders looked at Travis Hunter as an opportunity. And then we give each other the opportunity. The world has no choice but to accept that we are the opportunity. So they must follow suit because we teach people how to treat us. And if we can understand this, the world is ours. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.